Born in Pella, Macedonia in 356 BC, Alexander the Great came into a world ripe with potential and conflict. From the very beginning, Alexander was destined for greatness. His eyes sparkled with a vision that seemed to pierce through the fabric of time. His father, King Philip II, was a powerful ruler who had unified Macedonia and set his sights on the Persian Empire. His mother, Olympias, was a woman of fierce ambition and mystical beliefs, often telling Alexander that he was destined for divine greatness. From a young age, Alexander displayed extraordinary intelligence and courage. He was not just a student of books, but also of life, absorbing lessons from every experience. He was a skilled horseman and warrior, mastering the art of riding and combat with an ease that belied his years. He yearned for knowledge and adventure, often found poring over maps and listening intently to tales of distant lands and heroic deeds. Legends surrounded his birth. Some say he was descended from Achilles, the legendary Greek hero whose valor and strength were unmatched. Others claimed that Zeus, the king of the gods, was his father, imbuing him with a divine right to rule and conquer. These stories fueled Alexander's ambition and gave him an aura of destiny, a belief that he was meant for something far greater than an ordinary life. As a prince, Alexander received the finest education available. He was tutored by none other than Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers of the time. Under Aristotle's guidance, he studied philosophy, literature, and politics, gaining a deep understanding of the world and its workings. He learned the art of war from experienced Macedonian generals, absorbing their strategies and tactics with a keen mind and a warrior's spirit. His father instilled in him a thirst for conquest and a desire to spread Greek culture throughout the world, often discussing grand plans of expansion and glory. Little did anyone know that this young prince, with dreams as vast as the horizon, would soon embark on a journey that would change the course of history forever. Alexander's name would be etched in the annals of time as one of the greatest conquerors the world had ever seen, a testament to his indomitable spirit and unparalleled ambition. At the age of 13, Alexander's education took an extraordinary turn. Philip II summoned the renowned philosopher Aristotle to tutor his son. Recognizing the young prince's potential, Aristotle accepted the challenge. He established a school at Mieza, a secluded location in Macedonia. There, Alexander received a privileged education for 3 years. Aristotle's teachings profoundly influenced Alexander's worldview. He instilled in his pupil a love for learning, a passion for knowledge, and a respect for different cultures. Aristotle taught Alexander about philosophy, ethics, logic, and rhetoric. He introduced him to the works of Homer, Sophocles, and Euripides. Beyond academics, Aristotle nurtured Alexander's strategic thinking. They studied military history, analyzing the tactics of great commanders. Alexander learned the importance of planning, logistics, and discipline in warfare. These lessons would prove invaluable in his future conquests. Under Aristotle's guidance, Alexander developed a keen intellect and an insatiable curiosity. He emerged from his tutelage with a profound understanding of the world and a burning desire to leave his mark on it. When Alexander turned 16, his father, Philip II, embarked on a military campaign. This was a significant moment in Alexander's life as it marked the beginning of his journey into leadership and responsibility. Philip, recognizing his son's potential, entrusted him with the role of regent, a position of immense power and responsibility. He left Alexander in charge of Macedonia as regent. This was not just a ceremonial title. It meant that Alexander was responsible for the governance and protection of the kingdom in his father's absence. It was a test of his abilities and a chance to prove himself to the Macedonian people and the court. This early taste of power fueled Alexander's ambition. He was not content with merely maintaining the status quo. He sought to expand his influence and demonstrate his capability as a leader. He surrounded himself with trusted advisors and began to make strategic decisions that would shape the future of Macedonia. He proved himself a capable leader, quelling rebellions and defending the kingdom's borders. His military acumen and strategic brilliance became evident as he led his troops to victory time and again. These early successes bolstered his confidence and solidified his reputation as a formidable leader. In 336 BC, tragedy struck. The kingdom was thrown into turmoil with the sudden and unexpected death of Philip II. Philip II was assassinated under mysterious circumstances. The assassination sent shockwaves through the kingdom, leaving a power vacuum and a sense of uncertainty about the future. Alexander, at the young age of 20, ascended to the Macedonian throne. Despite his youth, he was determined to honor his father's legacy and fulfill his own destiny. Many doubted the young king's ability to rule. The court was filled with whispers and skepticism, as many believed that Alexander lacked the experience and wisdom necessary to lead. They saw him as inexperienced and untested. They underestimated his determination. Alexander was resolute in his mission to prove them wrong and to establish himself as a powerful and capable ruler. Alexander quickly asserted his authority. He took decisive actions to consolidate his power and eliminate any threats to his rule. He consolidated his power base in Macedonia and ruthlessly crushed any opposition. His swift and decisive actions sent a clear message to both his supporters and his enemies. Alexander was a force to be reckoned with. Inspired by his father's ambitions and driven by his own insatiable thirst for glory, Alexander set his sights on the Persian Empire, a vast and wealthy land to the east. He was determined to achieve what his father had only dreamed of, the conquest of Persia. With a powerful army at his back and unwavering belief in his own destiny, Alexander embarked on a campaign of conquest that would forever alter the course of history. His vision extended beyond mere territorial expansion. He sought to create a legacy that would endure for centuries. The young lion had awakened, ready to leave his paw prints on the world. Alexander's journey was just beginning, and his relentless pursuit of greatness would lead him to become one of history's most legendary figures. In 334 BC, Alexander led his Macedonian army across the Hellespont, a narrow strait separating Europe from Asia. This daring move was not just a geographical crossing, but a symbolic gesture, marking the beginning of a monumental campaign that would change the course of history. This marked the beginning of his invasion of the Persian Empire. Alexander's ambition was not merely to conquer, but to unite the known world under his rule, spreading Greek culture and influence far and wide. The Persian king Darius III, caught off guard by Alexander's swift advance, assembled a massive army to confront the Macedonian threat. Darius underestimated the young Macedonian king, thinking his vast empire and seasoned troops would easily crush the invaders. The two forces clashed at the Granicus River in May 334 BC. The river, with its treacherous currents and steep banks, posed a significant challenge for Alexander's forces, but it also provided a strategic advantage if they could cross it successfully. The Battle of Granicus was Alexander's first major test against the Persians. It was a test not only of his military strategy, but also of his leadership and the loyalty of his troops. The Persian army, composed of various contingents and led by experienced satraps, outnumbered Alexander's forces. These satraps were seasoned commanders, each bringing their own regional troops, creating a diverse and formidable force. They held a strong defensive position along the riverbank. The Persians believed that their fortified position and numerical superiority would easily repel the Macedonian assault. Undeterred by the odds, Alexander led his companion cavalry in a daring charge across the river. His boldness and the speed of his attack caught the Persians off guard, demonstrating his tactical genius and fearless leadership. The Macedonian phalanx, a formidable formation of heavily armed infantry, followed closely behind. This disciplined and cohesive unit was the backbone of Alexander's army, known for its ability to hold the line and push forward relentlessly. The Persians, taken aback by Alexander's audacious assault, fought bravely but were ultimately overwhelmed. The chaos of battle, combined with the unexpected ferocity of the Macedonian attack, led to their downfall. The Battle of Granicus was a decisive victory for Alexander. It showcased his military prowess and solidified his reputation as a brilliant commander. His troops, inspired by this victory, were ready to follow him to the ends of the earth. It shattered the myth of Persian invincibility and sent shockwaves throughout the empire. The defeat at Granicus was a significant psychological blow to the Persians, undermining their confidence and exposing vulnerabilities in their defenses. This triumph opened the gates to Asia Minor for Alexander, paving the way for his future conquests. With the path cleared, he continued his relentless march, bringing more territories under his control and spreading Hellenistic culture across the ancient world.